Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anne, his name is Hawk, and today we're going to tell you about the ghost of the old Belfast linen mill. Young Helena's dreams of being a singer came to a halt, and her ghost still roams the linen mill today.
Helena Blunden was born in 1896 in Ireland. Her family moved to England for a while before returning back to Ireland when she was about 5. They lived in a small house close to an old linen mill, where Helena worked around the time she was about 16. There were a few linen mills in town. Each linen mill employed women and children. A work week at the mill could be up to 60 hours, sometimes working 12 hours a day and earning about 3 cents a day. Few men worked in the mills and were only employed in management positions. Helena cheerfully worked hard. She was very well liked by her co-workers. She loved to act out plays, sing, dance, recite poetry. Her favorite thing to do was sing songs from the London Hall. The mill's working conditions were not the best. It was loud and full of steam. On warm days in summer, the heat would rise, and women and children often fainted. In the spinning room where Helena worked, it sometimes smelled damp and stale. Condensation would settle on the walls and floors. A tough old woman who had been a brawler in her early years was no longer able to work in the flax room. The mill repositioned the older woman to mop and clean condensation from the floors, especially the stairs. The old woman would intimidate the children and young women who worked in the mill. She would cuss out anyone who dared to walk on her floor. At the end of the day, when everyone would rush out of the mill, their damp clothes felt like ice blankets that would cling to their bodies. The fine tablecloths from the mill Helena worked at were used in dining rooms of the Titanic and the Olympic. Oftentimes, the mill workers had to work on Sunday when rushing to finish a large order. On one of these Sundays in 1912, Helena walked into the mill at 6 a.m. for her shift. The older cleaning lady I spoke of hated Helena's cheerfulness. She was already tired of working and careless, but they didn't have retirement back then, so she showed up that Sunday. Helena was excited to be going out that evening, so she didn't mind working to pass the time. Some say she was going to an audition. Others say she was just going out to a show. But whatever it was, she was happy and excited to go. She happily sang and danced while completing her work. After noon, she realized there was too much to be done by 6 p.m., so she started rushing. The older woman had already made a pass on one side of the stairs. When someone started to walk where she had just mopped up the water, she leaned her mop on the banister and started her usual lecture. By this time, it was time to leave for the day. Helena ran down the stairs, weaving in and out of people. She was running so fast she barely felt the floor under her slippery shoes. She was so excited for the night's events, she never even noticed everyone avoiding the mop. She ran through the break-in people in a hurry, tripping over the mop and going right over the railing. She fell about 4 stories to the bottom. Her family and all the workers at the mill suffered great grief from this accident. We will never know if she would have been one of the greats. She always wanted to leave the mill and get established as a singer. This clip is of her singing. It was found in an old linen with an old newspaper clipping. The original glass still shakes around in the window frames when the wind blows. The elevator gate screeches horribly when the doors open. The staircase, the windows, the elevator, all are original from 1900. The spinning room is now used as a book storage and is usually empty. Nobody likes going in there unless it's absolutely necessary. The current workers at the mill report many hauntings there. They have seen apparitions, they've heard disembodied voices, seen strange glimmers of light, and often hear loud, unexplained sounds. Many of them say Helena's spirit never left the mill. Doors open and close on their own. Lights also turn on and off. One worker started hearing thumps and dainty footsteps. Boxes move. He didn't think anything of it at first, until one day he was sitting in a room alone. He thought he heard someone come into the room, but he didn't look up from his work. He felt somebody tap him on the shoulder 4 times and then looked up, but there was nobody there. He could have sworn there was someone standing right next to him. He felt the presence. He's also heard a woman calling his name. When he would investigate, there wouldn't be anyone there. There wouldn't be anybody outside. Sightings of Helena's spirit are so often. A webcam was put up, and it caught an apparition about 12 times a week. And most say it's Helena's restless spirit.
Thank you for joining us.